Imagine a world without pain, destruction, or unnecessary chaos. Sounds like a dream, right? But in reality, our planet is filled with things that simply should not exist. Things that bring suffering, confusion, and even disaster. Today, on Vaulted Views, we uncover the 10 things that should not be on this earth. From horrifying creatures to destructive human inventions, prepare to be shocked. Stick around till the end, because number 1 will make you question everything. Number 10, billion-dollar scams and pyramid schemes. Money makes the world go round, but for some, deception is the fastest way to get rich. Pyramid schemes, Ponzi schemes, and get-rich-quick scams have robbed people of billions of dollars, and they continue to thrive today. Think of Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme, which cost investors an estimated $64 billion, one of the largest financial frauds in history. Or multi-level marketing, MLM, scams, which promise wealth but often leave their recruits broke and disillusioned. These scams prey on people's trust and desperation, selling false promises of wealth and success. And the worst part? Many of them operate legally, disguised as business opportunities. So how do we stop them? Governments crack down on fraud, but new scams pop up every day. The real defense is education, knowing the red flags and protecting yourself from financial predators. Number 9, the growing threat of superbugs. We've all used antibiotics to fight infections, but what happens when these medicines stop working? Welcome to the terrifying world of superbugs, bacteria that have evolved to resist antibiotics, making once treatable infections deadly. Overuse of antibiotics in hospitals and factory farms has accelerated this crisis. Every year, over 1.2 million people die due to antibiotic-resistant infections, and experts warn that by 2050, superbugs could kill more people than cancer. Imagine a world where a simple cut could lead to death because no antibiotic can stop the infection. Surgeries, chemotherapy, and even childbirth could become life-threatening. The solution? Doctors are limiting antibiotic use, and scientists are racing to find new treatments, including phage therapy, using viruses to kill bacteria. But the fight is far from over. Are we prepared for a future where medicine fails us? Number 8, human trafficking and modern-day slavery. Slavery was supposed to be a thing of the past, but more people are enslaved today than at any point in history. Human trafficking, forcing people into labor, prostitution, or servitude, affects an estimated 50 million people worldwide. Victims are often tricked with false promises of jobs, education, or a better life. Instead, they're forced to work in sweatshops, farms, or as domestic servants, with no way to escape. Many are children, kidnapped and sold into horrific conditions. Even worse, some of the products we buy, chocolate, coffee, electronics, and fast fashion, may be made using forced labor. Many corporations turn a blind eye, profiting from cheap, exploited workers. Governments are fighting back with strict laws and rescue operations, but traffickers continue to adapt. So what can we do? Spreading awareness, supporting ethical brands, and demanding action can help fight this hidden evil. Number 7, the destruction of the rainforests. The Amazon rainforest, known as the lungs of the earth, is disappearing at an alarming rate. Every year, millions of acres of rainforest are destroyed, mostly for agriculture, logging, and mining. Why does this matter? Rainforests produce oxygen, absorb carbon dioxide, and house over 50% of the world's biodiversity. Destroying them doesn't just kill trees, it endangers entire species, from jaguars to exotic birds, and even uncontacted tribes. And let's not forget the climate crisis. Rainforests help regulate global temperatures, and without them, climate change accelerates faster than ever. But here's the twist. Many of the products we consume daily, like beef, palm oil, and soy, are linked to rainforest destruction. Are we unknowingly funding this disaster? The good news? Conservation efforts are working, and indigenous communities are fighting back. But with greed driving deforestation, will we act before it's too late? Number 6. Plastic that never goes away. It's everywhere. In our oceans, in our food, and even inside our bodies. Plastic, once considered a revolutionary material, has become one of the most destructive forces on our planet. The problem? It never truly disappears. Every year, the world produces over 300 million tons of plastic waste, with millions of tons ending up in the ocean. What happens next is devastating. Marine animals mistake plastic for food, leading to choking, starvation, and death. Coral reefs get smothered. Entire ecosystems are thrown out of balance. And here's where it gets worse: microplastics. These tiny plastic particles have infiltrated everything: our drinking water, our soil, and even the air we breathe. Studies have found microplastics in human blood, raising serious concerns about long-term health effects. Could we be poisoning ourselves without even realizing it? So what's the solution? Scientists are developing biodegradable alternatives, and some countries have started banning single-use plastics. But with industries still producing plastic at record rates, is it too little, too late? Number 5. War and weapons of mass destruction. Humanity has achieved incredible things: art, science, technology, but we have also perfected the art of destruction. War has been a part of human history for centuries, but in modern times, it has reached horrifying new levels with the development of weapons of mass destruction. Nuclear bombs, chemical warfare, biological weapons. These things should not exist. Why? Because they have the power to wipe out entire civilizations in seconds. The atomic bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki killed over 200,000 people instantly, and the radiation effects lasted for generations. And yet, despite knowing the consequences, the world's most powerful nations continue to stockpile nuclear weapons, enough to destroy the planet many times over. The Cold War may be over, but the threat of global conflict remains. One wrong move, one miscalculation, and life as we know it could end. Some believe the answer lies in diplomacy, disarmament, and international cooperation. But with tensions rising between major world powers, the question remains: can we ever truly rid the world of war? Or are we destined to repeat history? Number 4. The dark web's hidden horrors. The internet is a powerful tool, connecting billions of people and revolutionizing how we share information. But lurking beneath the surface is something far more sinister: the dark web. Unlike the normal internet, the dark web is hidden from search engines and requires special software like Tor to access. While some use it for privacy reasons, it has also become a breeding ground for illegal and disturbing activities. On the dark web, you can find anything from black market weapons and stolen identities to hitmen for hire. It's a place where cyber criminals operate in the shadows, free from law enforcement. And then there's the worst of the worst: human trafficking, child exploitation rings, and live-stream crimes that are too horrific to describe. Governments and cybersecurity experts work tirelessly to shut down these operations, but for every site taken down, another appears in its place. Can the dark web ever truly be eradicated, or is it an unstoppable monster that will always exist in the shadows? Number 3. Uncontacted tribes in danger. Imagine living in a world where time has stood still, a world untouched by modern civilization, technology, or global events. These are the uncontacted tribes, groups of people who have lived in complete isolation for centuries. Right now, there are an estimated 100 uncontacted tribes across the globe, mostly in the dense rainforests of the Amazon, New Guinea, and the Andaman Islands. Their way of life is entirely dependent on nature, and they have developed unique languages, customs, and survival techniques that have been passed down for generations. But here's the shocking part. These tribes face imminent danger from the outside world. Illegal loggers and miners are pushing deeper into their territories, destroying their homes and poisoning their water sources. Even well-intentioned outsiders, like missionaries or researchers, can unknowingly introduce deadly diseases that these tribes have no immunity against. The most tragic example? The indigenous groups of the Amazon who have been wiped out entirely due to contact with modern civilization. Should we leave them alone, or try to integrate them into the modern world? Many argue that the best way to protect them is through strictly enforced isolation zones, but governments and corporations continue to encroach on their land. Number 2. Factory farming cruelty. If you've ever wondered where your food comes from, brace yourself, because what happens inside factory farms is nothing short of horrifying. Factory farming is a system that prioritizes mass production over animal welfare, resulting in animals living in cramped, unsanitary, and downright inhumane conditions. Chickens are stuffed into tiny cages where they can barely move, pigs are kept in metal crates, and cows are pumped with hormones to maximize milk production. The stress, disease, and mistreatment these animals endure is unimaginable. But it's not just an ethical issue, it's an environmental catastrophe. Did you know that the meat industry is one of the biggest contributors to climate change? Factory farms produce massive amounts of methane gas, a greenhouse gas 30 times more potent than CO2. Additionally, the industry consumes vast amounts of water and land, leading to deforestation and pollution. And if that wasn't enough, factory farms are breeding grounds for diseases. Many pandemics in history, including swine flu and bird flu, originated from the cramped conditions of industrial animal farming. The overuse of antibiotics in livestock also contributes to the rise of antibiotic-resistant bacteria, a growing health crisis that could make even common infections deadly. So what's the solution? Some scientists believe lab-grown meat and plant-based alternatives could replace factory farms in the near future. Companies are developing realistic substitutes that could reduce our reliance on animal agriculture. But will society be willing to change? Finally, number 1, the concept of money controlling everything. What if I told you that money, the thing we spend our entire lives chasing, is nothing more than an illusion? Think about it. Money itself is just a piece of paper or a digital number on a screen, yet it dictates almost everything about our existence. Who gets to eat? Who gets to live in comfort? Who gets medical care? Who succeeds? Who fails? Money wasn't always this way. Early societies operated on barter systems, trading goods and services without the need for a centralized currency. But as civilizations advanced, rulers and banks introduced money as a tool of control. Today, the wealth gap has reached extreme levels, with the world's richest 1% owning more than the bottom 50% combined. It raises a profound question. Should something as arbitrary as wealth determine a person's entire quality of life? Let's take a look at some real-world examples. Billion-dollar corporations pay workers starvation wages, while their CEOs make more money in a single day than their employees do in a lifetime. Life-saving medical treatments exist, but millions die because they can't afford them. Some of the brightest minds on the planet never get the opportunity to reach their full potential simply because they were born into poverty. Could there be a world where money isn't the ultimate measure of success? Some futurists suggest that advancements in AI and automation could create an economy where basic necessities like food, shelter, and healthcare are provided to everyone without a price tag. Countries like Norway and Finland are already experimenting with universal basic income, where citizens receive money just for existing, reducing poverty and increasing well-being. But can this idea ever go global? Or are we doomed to live in a world where money controls everything? Wow, that was intense. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more mind-blowing content from Vaulted Views. Thanks for watching.